Good morning, everybody. Julia here again. I'm one of the instructors at Northland Therapeutic Riding Center. We have Britton here behind the camera. We have Team Benny, of course. And just a little ways down there, we've got Team Bosco with his horse handler, Joshua. So this is actually going to be a follow-up to the original drawing lesson that we did. So look for your attachments for the drawing portion of this lesson. What we're going to be starting with, however, is the Haflinger breed. Bosco is a Haflinger. A lot of times this little breed of horse is used for pulling a cart, pulling heavy loads up and down mountainous parts of the world. I wanted to do this when we have a snowy backdrop. These guys, my little Bosco and the rest of this breed, come from Austria and northern Italy. And they are very, very good at pulling carts, working heavy loads in the mountainous regions. They, let me tell you just actually a little bit about the breed first. Bosco is not a pony, he is a horse. He's a full-grown horse. His color is called chestnut. And Haflingers will go anywhere from a golden color of chestnut to something like a deep liver. Some people might say, wow, he looks like a Palomino with a golden coat and a flaxen mane and tail. He is not a Palomino. He is actually a warm blood horse, and hopefully when you all come back to the riding center this spring, we'll be learning a little bit more. Well, what is a cold blood? What is a hot blood? And what is that blend of the two called a warm blood? Joshua is going to tell you a little bit about the temperament.
Yeah, and real quick though, do you want to mention anything about the Belgian or the draft?
Oh, I do. Thank you very much. Bosco, the Haflinger, is not a draft horse. I've heard a lot of people say, including myself, that they are the smallest of the draft horses. They are not, officially not a draft horse. Maybe you've seen a great big horse that looks a lot like Bosco, only much taller, called a Belgian. A Belgian is a draft horse. So Bosco looks like a miniature version, although not officially a draft horse. And Joshua's going to let me know what else I forgot to tell you about this breed.
Covered everything else. So.
Wonderful. I will say on the color, sometimes you might hear, rather than chestnut, you might hear the color referred to as caramel, but they are not ever called a Palomino.
Perfect. You did mention where they're from, right?
Austria and northern Italy.
I think you said
yes.
that. Okay, cool.
Okay, very good.
So I'll chat a little bit about their personality characteristics. They are dependable. They give you a lot of heart. They're willing to learn. They're strong and muscular, which we can see obviously here. Eager to please, very social. They love to work, and they really love their people. So the people they get to know, they really tend to love.
You guys can see him kissing me right now. Mm-hmm. I love you, Bosco. The thing I do want to tell you guys about the harness, and this is clearly not a harness lesson because this harness, I do believe, was on another horse before I put it on Bosco this morning. We do have some loose pieces. The loose pieces that you all see mostly are the pieces that would be attaching to the cart. So it doesn't look totally put together, but those are pieces that we would attach so that he can pull the cart. The only parts of the harness I want to tell you is he does have a bridle here that's very much like the bridle that you would use when you're riding a horse. He has this nice padded purple piece going over his back, and that is referred to as the saddle. And then, as you would expect with traditional riding, he's got a piece going under his belly called the girth. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and leave these, at least some of these pieces, loose. All of this is a single unit, and so typically if we're working him from the ground, we would have these pieces up. This is patent leather, and it doesn't really like to stay in place. We're going to take a few steps walking away so that you can see Bosco at work under harness. And I don't know, guys, what else do you think we need to say about the Haflinger breed?
I think you covered everything.
Okay, so we'll be attaching some opportunities for further drawing, this time with the harness. And I'll get behind the horse. Josh is going to go ahead and do some leading.
All right, Bosco.
And we'll walk on, Bosco. Hold on. There we go, guys. All right, another time we'll do more details on how to properly harness a horse.